Hola, hello, welcome, bienvenido. Soy Nikki de Nikki Bannister Language Coaching. I'm Nikki, and I want to hop on and give you an overview of my intermediate classes. Again, I've got my fall semesters starting next week, so really good time just to kind of provide a little more information about each level of classes. So yesterday I talked about my beginning intermediate classes for both Spanish students and English students. And so same thing. Today I'm going to talk first in English, primarily focused on my Spanish students, what intermediate classes are like for you. And then I'm going to switch to Spanish and I will talk to my English students, hola El, about what intermediate classes are like for you. Oh, this is actually going to be perfect for you. I don't know if you can watch the whole thing, but since you are, hola, Bes, ¿cómo estás? Estoy bien, gracias. Hablando de mis clases intermedios hoy, en contraste a mi charla de las clases principiantes intermedios ayer. Okay, perfecto. Yo entiendo. But you might want to come back and watch this because you are about to graduate from beginning intermediate to intermediate classes. So this will be good to give you a heads up of what's to come. So again, I'll start in English and then move to Spanish. And quick overview, definitely recommend if you haven't yet that you start with my overview of beginning intermediate classes. I'm putting these videos on my website too, so you can always go to nikkibannisterlanguagecoaching.com if you're not already there and watch these videos also. But I recommend starting with beginning intermediate because that's going to give you really where I start, where my program starts, and how it moves up to intermediate here. So very similar to my beginning intermediate classes, my intermediate classes are also structured in sessions of 8 weeks. And in one semester, so in this 5-month language semester, we're going to move through 2 8-week sessions. We've got a week break in the middle. If there's a holiday like for the fall, we've got a break for Thanksgiving. But the reason this is so significant is because during those sessions of 8 weeks, we are moving from a beginning intermediate level, really like an advanced beginner, beginning intermediate level, all the way up to a more advanced intermediate level at the end of an 8-week session. And so in the course of one semester, we're going to go through this process twice. So just like with beginning intermediate, you get all of the advantage of getting to see how much your language skills are growing in the course of one semester. You get to constantly be challenged to move up in your level of fluency, in your level of language skills. You're always being exposed to new information, but at the same time, you also get to reinforce everything about your foundation that you've already built and all of the skills that you've had more practice with too. And so when you restart at that first level, like class number 1, you get to see, okay, this is how this experience is different for me this time because I've gone up to an advanced intermediate level and now starting again at this beginning intermediate level, it's not the same. I can tell that I've grown new language skills. I can tell that I've grown more comfortable in these areas. And in intermediate Spanish, especially if you're in a coaching option with me, then we're really going to be focused on staying in your target language in Spanish the whole time because I want you to be comfortable using the skills that you have before you come into intermediate because we're going to keep using them and giving you that practice every week. Of course, when you need to, you can always switch back and respond in your first language if you're just stuck or having an off day or whatever it is. But our goal is to stay in your second language that you're learning the whole time. And just like we start building that really strong foundation in beginning intermediate classes using our high frequency vocabulary, if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you go back and watch the other video. We are still focused on that vocabulary come intermediate classes. We're rounding out, we're making your foundation wider and we're making it higher. So we're really rounding out your foundation in the language still, and then we're starting to add another layer on. So we're still working on that foundation. We're still strengthening the foundation that you have in the language, and then we're gonna allow you to start to work with a little more nuance of expression, with a little bit higher level language skills too at the same time. And the goal is that by the time that you get to the end of an intermediate session, you are ready to take in more input from native speakers. So it means that you're more comfortable reading in Spanish. It means that you're more comfortable listening to native Spanish speakers. And it means that you're starting to make this transition from having a teacher kind of filter everything for you to having a teacher walk you through getting all of your input, getting all of your practice from authentic, cultural, native speakers. And that's a huge transition, right? So just like in beginning intermediate, it's not that you take one 8-week session or one semester and you're ready to move to intermediate advanced. You might be, but you probably won't be, especially if it's your first time in an intermediate class. And so staying at the intermediate level as long as you want, as long as you need to. Again, I have 2 years of original content at every level. So you can stay at the intermediate level as long as you need until you have the confidence and the skills to move up to intermediate and advanced. And intermediate advanced classes are where we're really going to focus on drawing the majority of your learning from authentic native speakers and texts. And I, as your teacher, as your coach, will be your guide to help make sure that you don't get lost, that you don't get overwhelmed, and to help facilitate discussion around that native cultural. These could be speeches, they could be in my intermediate advanced classes. They are largely literature, books that we're reading through, but also going to introduce speeches, talks, articles, other kinds of authentic materials. Okay, so with that, before you start an intermediate class, you should be comfortable using the language skills that you have. You don't have to have a very complex, sophisticated level of your second language, but I want you to be comfortable using what you have. We're going to continue to build your foundation. We're going to continue to build your confidence. And we're going to get you ready to go into a place where you can go into the real world and pull all of your language learning from there directly. Let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything about intermediate classes that I did not answer. So just like those beginning intermediate classes, we're moving from a lower level to a higher level, and we're going through that cycle twice in the course of one semester, which is so key to being able to see your language skills growing, so key to building your confidence at the same time. You do not need to know all of the vocabulary. You do not need to know all 400 high frequency words before you start in intermediate classes. But the goal is that by the time that you graduate, that you move on from intermediate level classes to a more advanced level, you will. Let me know if you have any other questions about intermediate classes. Of course, if I think of anything else, I'm going to add it on. I'm also going to let you know one last time about this opportunity to join my masterclass before I finish the video. But right now, I'm going to speak in Spanish to my English students a little bit about the same thing. Okay, ahora en español para mis estudiantes de inglés. Yo quiero hablar, describir un poco más mis clases intermedias para ustedes. Y a este nivel intermedio es muy similar, es estructurado, es similarmente a mis clases principiantes intermedios. Entonces, si todavía no has visto mi video explicando mis clases para el nivel de principiante intermedio, recomiendo que veas este video primero y después este video de las clases intermedias. En mis clases intermedias, como mis clases más principiantes, son formados, estructuradas en sesiones de 8 semanas. Y durante esta sesión de 8 semanas, vamos a empezar a un nivel básico intermedio y movernos a un nivel más avanzado intermedio. Entonces, no es todo intermedio, no es todo igual, pero estamos moviendo del nivel principiante intermedio a un nivel más avanzado intermedio, casi listo para el nivel más avanzado. Y en el curso de un semestre, mi programa de aprendizaje de idioma de 5 meses, vamos a tener 2 sesiones de 8 semanas. Entonces, tendrás la oportunidad de experimentar este progreso de un nivel más básico intermedio a un nivel más avanzado intermedio 2 veces. Y es muy útil para ver el cambio, cómo han mejorado sus habilidades en inglés, en el idioma, y también para crecer tu confianza, porque puedes ver este proceso, puedes ver que está funcionando, que estás mejorando, y también no solo vas a aprender algo nuevo cada semana, pero también vamos a reforzar, es la palabra correcta, vamos a reforzar tus habilidades fundacionales. Entonces, ya tendrás una fundación antes de empezar las clases intermedias, pero vamos a seguir creciendo la fundación y fortaleciendo la fundación que tienes en inglés y empezar de construir un nivel más alto en esta fundación, un nivel más sofisticado en tus habilidades en tu segundo idioma de inglés. ¿Y qué más? Yo tenía otro pensamiento y casi me escapó. Voy a pensar. Entonces, significa que antes de empezar en las clases, esto fue mi pensamiento, antes de empezar en las clases intermedias, yo quiero que tengas confianza utilizando las habilidades que ya tienes en tu segundo idioma, en inglés, en conversación. No tienes que tener todo el vocabulario, todavía vamos a seguir creciendo la fundación con el vocabulario de alta frecuencia de que mencioné en mi primer video, pero también vamos a tratar, es la intención, de hablar, de guiarte a este nivel más avanzado totalmente en tu segundo idioma. Entonces, siempre está bien si tienes un día difícil, si no puedes en un momento recordar la palabra, como me pasa también miles de veces. Pero puedes entonces cambiar tu primer idioma al español o algo, pero la meta es quedarnos y manejarnos a través de las clases intermedias totalmente en inglés para mejorar tus habilidades de inglés. Entonces, creo que es todo. Oh, una cosa más. La meta también. Cuando estarás listo de moverse a un nivel ya más avanzado, entonces la meta de las clases intermedias es crecer tu confianza, tu vocabulario, tu fundación. Así que puedes empezar de practicar, de entender, de recibir toda la entrada, toda la materia, todo lo que escuchas, todo lo que lees en inglés en el mundo real. Puedes empezar a usar esto para crecer tus habilidades en inglés. Y que yo, como la maestra, no estoy proveyendo toda la materia de la clase, pero la materia es materia auténtica. Son libros en inglés, son artículos en inglés, son videos, charlas, lo que sea en inglés de hablantes de inglés nativos. Y yo soy la guía para facilitar la conversación sobre esto, para presentar nuevo vocabulario, para ayudarte a usar esta materia material para seguir aprendiendo en inglés y para tener conversaciones relevantes personales como siempre en inglés sobre estos temas. Muy bien. Entonces, si tienen cualquier preguntas sobre mis clases intermedias, por favor, aquí en los comentarios del video es el lugar perfecto para decírmelas. Y también quiero mencionar una vez más que tengo mi clase magistral que está abierta hoy para inscribirse para empezar a trabajar conmigo para empezar a crecer nuevas habilidades en inglés esta semana y hoy es el último día para inscribirte, entonces voy a poner el enlace en los comentarios y estás invitado a unirte a mí en mi clase magistral esta semana para empezar a crecer tu confianza y tus habilidades de inglés esta misma semana. Finally, to close out, again, if you have any questions, here in the comments is a great place to leave me questions on my intermediate classes or on any of my classes. And I want to extend an invitation one more time to you to join my masterclass experience, 3-day class experience to grow your confidence and grow true new second language skills happening this week. It'll also give you the experience of working with me, working with a personal language coach, getting to be coached by me live this Saturday on our 3rd day of class. So today is Thursday, August 8th, when this video is being filmed, and the masterclass is open now and you are invited. So I will put the link in the comments and make sure you sign up. If you're all interested, you'll get the classes sent to you. If you can't make the live, that's okay. Sign up anyway so that you'll still get the first 2 classes sent to you and you can watch the replay of the live. I hope to see you in class. Definitely let me know if you have any questions. Espero verlos en la clase. Espero verte en la clase magistral esta semana y nos vemos pronto. Voy a hablarles un poco más de mis clases, mis favoritas, mis clases avanzadas mañana. I will be here with a new video to talk to you about my advanced classes tomorrow, and these are truly my favorite. I love all my classes. I love all my students. I can't wait to talk to you again tomorrow about my advanced classes. All right. Nos vemos. I'll see you later. Have a great, wonderful rest of your day, wherever you are. Que tengan un fantástico día. Nos vemos pronto. See you soon.